Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, checking out the newest episode of the Book of Boba Fett. This is the Book of Boba Fett, Season 1, Episode 5, titled Chapter 5. We'll find out the title when we get into the episode. So the last episode ended with something pretty interesting that I'm pretty sure 99.9% is going to happen in this episode. Obviously not 100% sure, but at the end of the episode, Fennec tells Boba something along the lines of about, you know where to hire someone if you know where to look, or something along the lines because involving credits, because she asked how much credits they have. The Mandalorian theme plays when she walks away from him, and it's like, oh shit. Because as of right now, it looks like Boba's going to have to fight the war with the Pikes on his own. Now, he told everybody that was at that meeting, which was a pretty good scene in my personal opinion. I really enjoyed that scene. But he was trying to, offer them an alliance, a truce, or some sort of thing, basically, a truce, well, not to betray him, but the alliance thing at first. And they're like, well, what makes this, what makes you think that we're going to do that? Because, your land, your throne is being questioned by the Pikes, not all of ours. Good point. He's like, well, I have a rancor. So, do not fight me. And the rancor, of course, scares the crap out of everybody else. But it's the fact that Mando, they fucking tease Mando. But Boba, it's 4:30 in the morning. It's too damn early. But Boba, he's fighting this war alone. So he needs help. So who better to call than somebody, Mando, who got his help in Season 2. He offered his help. Now it's time to return the favor. I really enjoyed Boba's appearance in Mandalorian Season 2. It was such a great way to reintroduce the character after all these years. And now it seems like we're going to have them re-team up. Hopefully that's the case. I mean, it looks like they played the damn theme, so it's pretty obvious what's going to be happening here, right? So I'm excited as hell. The show has been kind of rocky, kind of like a roller coaster, where it's had its good moments, it's had its okay moments, and some, oh, what the hell was that moment? But I'm hoping it ends strong, because from all we've been hearing from people that are kind of like teasing shit is that these last episodes are going to be really good. So let's hope for at least, because let's hope the show, at least for everybody that's been watching the show and maybe has been loving it, because there's a lot of people that are not really loving the show. Hopefully it ends on a high note to where we can kind of turn around and go, well, at least it ended strong, at least hopefully we can say that. So let's get into now, guys. Episode 5, Season 1 of the Book of Boba Fett. Let's go. That's him. Right away, the opening of the episode. Come on. They're all just watching him. What the hell are you doing here?
I'm here for Kababayas.
God, I miss Mandalorian so much. I miss the show.
I'm going to give the rest of you the opportunity to walk out that door. I have no quarrel.
That was good. I'll give you the opportunity right now.
Or cold. I can bring you in cold.
God, I'm loving this. Oh! Oh my gosh, yes! Oh, shit. Ooh. Guess you're bringing him in cold. Damn. Oh, wow, the theme. Yeah, I love the title. Yeah. I was looking at you. Another job. Well, he's gonna be called upon. It's quiet. I'm not liking this. It's too quiet. Oh. Okay. The hell? Oh. Wow. Okay. Okay.
There are 3 of us now.
Wow. Yeah, hold it careful.
What do you know of this blade?
There's a lot of history behind it.
It's the dark saber.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wields it can lead all of Mandalore.
They're setting up Season 3 Mandalorian here. They're setting it up, I think.
It is said.
I have met Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have
Yes.
completed your quest.
Mm-hmm.
I have. Where did you come upon the dark saber?
Well, it's complicated.
Off Gideon.
Yeah, well, there you go. Straight point.
It can also pierce Bo-Katan is
This
a
episode
customary tale.
covering a lot of stuff. Love it.
Her rule ended in tragedy. They lost their way, and we lost
This is not the
our
way.
world. Those born of Mandalore strayed away from the
Oh,
path.
shit.
Eventually, the Imperial interlopers.
Wow. I was not expecting any of this.
For a specific foundling. Grogu.
He's no longer in your care.
Eh,
He's with his own
I think he's
kind
gonna try to
now.
find him. They're keeping it, you know, hidden until season 3. Oh,
You are fighting against the blade.
oh, in the head.
Maybe the dark saber belongs in someone else's hands.
Uh-oh.
And now I will win it from you.
I knew it. This guy was gonna cause problems.
You agree to this duel, Djarin.
Strategy? Think of a strategy. Come on.
It is done. Have you ever removed your helmet?
I have.
Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
Han shot first. Hello. Oh, Jesus.
No, please. Where's your unlikely companion?
Well,
I returned him to his own kind.
yeah. Wow. Holy crap.
Where's the Razor Crest?
This is an N1 starfighter, handmade for the Royal Guard and commissioned personally by the Queen of Naboo. Know how hard it is to find all original parts from way back in
I
the
mean,
Galactic
yeah, that's really
Library?
crazy that she found
These are all handmade.
that
No droid.
right there. There you go. This is crazy. I never thought that we would see this kind of ship again, you know, at least in this time period.
They said they crawled under a Pike Spice runner and crimped it off while they were refueling.
Nutsy little fellas.
Looks good.
She handles a little bumpy.
You're used to a gunship.
Mm.
She's a starfighter.
Holy crap.
Dang ferret, she's fast.
Yeah.
It's a gone skunk jack.
This is really cool.
Ferret.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
Your voice is mighty familiar.
Oh, shit. I was like,
Why, Razor Crest?
don't worry about it. And he's out of there.
How did it jump?
Are you looking for work?
Well, maybe.
Pay is good.
Tell him it's on the house. But first, I gotta pay a visit to a little friend.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, Bryce Dallas Howard directed this? Awesome. This was a great episode. Holy freaking crap. We have a lot to talk about. Holy crap, this episode was so good. First things first, this didn't feel like a Book of Boba Fett episode. It felt like a Mandalorian Season 2.5 or a pre-Season 3 episode of The Mandalorian. So much potential setup for what they're going to do with that season. I'm really excited for what they do with Mandalorian Season 3. So it was great to see a lot of focus. I mean, pretty much all the focus on him in this episode. I wasn't expecting that, though, because literally my expectation was the interaction at the end with Mando and Fennec at the end. I expected that halfway through the episode. But the way they set it up is that Mando is going to go see Grogu first, and then he's going to come back, and he's not going to take any credits or any sort of payment for helping Boba Fett. So I don't know if we're going to see Grogu in the show, in this particular show. I think we might see whenever he goes to see Grogu. I feel like we're going to see that in Mandalorian Season 3. I could be wrong, but I feel like Mando's going to show back up before Book of Boba Fett ends. I feel like he's going to come back. But wow, okay. So the opening sequence, he's there for a bounty, and he takes out all of those guys in that room. He gets badly injured, unfortunately, due to the Darksaber. But when he ignited that Darksaber, I was like, yes! Like, I knew he had it, but it just didn't really click that, oh, he's going to use the Darksaber, and he freaking annihilates all of them. And he's getting injured, unfortunately, due to this, but at the same time, he's kicking ass. And when that line he said to the guys, like, I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold. And he brought him in cold. He chopped him in half. And, of course, cut his head off. And then as we're following more of the episode, I'm like, wow, we're really focusing a lot on Mando here. Like, that's great. Like, I love it. But I was surprised at how much focus there was here. But, hey, I'm not complaining too much because I really enjoyed this episode because it felt like a Mandalorian 2.5 pre-season 3 episode. So I was really happy about that. So he goes to where now the armorer, because I believe that's her name, right? I don't think they actually gave her a name. Anyways, they go to their basically new location after everything kind of fell apart in season 2. Was it season 2 Mandalorian? Everything fell apart for the... Yeah, it was. Yeah, I believe so. Anyways, so she's bringing up a lot of different topics. He's bringing up a lot of different topics. We have that other Mandalorian there. And I kind of sense that something was going to happen there in terms of him asking particular questions, the way he was holding the Darksaber. I'm like, yeah, something's going to happen here. But they bring up a couple different things in terms of how old the Darksaber is, and then referencing Grogu a lot, which makes sense because of Mandalorian in terms of Mando's involvement with all that. But then they brought up Mandalore and brought up Bo-Katan, like just a lot of stuff that's pretty much implying what season 3 is going to be. There is no, as far as I know, official confirmation that Bo-Katan's in Mandalorian season 3, but it's pretty obvious based on how they ended season 2, and especially what they did with here in this episode, because Jon Favreau wrote this. He wrote the episode. So it is apparent that what they were doing here is setting up season 3 Mandalorian even more. Like, we're already pretty much excited for Mandalorian season 3 because the first 2 seasons just did such a great job with the stories they were telling. And now we're ready for season 3. So they could have easily just give us little hints and stuff. Like, they did a lot in this. But the one thing I wasn't expecting... Well, first of all, I was expecting the showdown for the Darksaber between Mando and the other Mandalorian. Because his ancestors built that Darksaber, so he feels like he has a right to it. So he fought for it, and he lost. The armor asked the other Mandalorian, I forget his name. I think they said his name, but I forgot. Apologies. If he's ever taken his helmet off. No. Have you taken off your helmet? And he's like, I like how he didn't answer. He's just like quiet. He's like, I don't want to answer that question. I don't want to answer that question. And then he's honest. And I feel like that shows his character. He could have lied and got away with it, I think. But the fact that he didn't lie, and the fact that he actually told the truth, shows who he really is, you know? But maybe he was taught to never lie, so maybe that was just a part of who he who he became as a Mandalorian. But he revealed that he has. He didn't say how many times though, but he has. So the armorer tells her, because he's being honest, that you are no longer a Mandalorian. You're no longer a part of us. And he's like, well, what can I do to fix this? And she says he has to go, like, was it like bathe or something in like the water, something, bathe in the waters, or like, I forget exactly what the wording was. I have to go back and rewatch that, but it was basically implying he has to go to Mandalore and do something that's underground, but apparently all the mines or all the stuff potentially getting down to where he needs to go to repent his sins or whatever is basically cut off. And she says, this is the way. Basically telling him that in order for you to really do this, you have to go do this if you want to be a part of us again. So I wonder where that's going to lead him now, because I didn't expect that to happen, where he was going to be kicked out. That was so random for her to ask that question after the duel. Maybe she knew that he had taken his helmet off and wanted to see if he was lying. I don't know. I have no idea. But he goes to Tatooine. It's a new ship. Now, they said what the ship name was. It's from the Phantom Menace. From what I'm remembering, that ship is from the Phantom Menace. And he gets a modified version, of course. But we haven't seen a ship like that in a very long time in Star Wars. And it was really crazy. I'm like, holy crap, this is bizarre. And just the references they were making in terms of the Phantom Menace as well, in terms of what she was saying, which we had seen her briefly in a previous episode of Book of Boba Fett. Like, they had showed her from afar. So it's like, oh shit, there she is. Then they bring her back, so officially. So that was really cool. At first, he didn't want the ship at all. He's like, I want a Razor Crest. He's like, I didn't say I had a Razor Crest. I said I had something better or an alternative, whatever. She just basically, I never said I had a Razor Crest. Okay, fair enough. And he actually helps her put it together. And he actually gets Jawas to help him in the process, too, because, like, I need this part. Jawa's like, all right. They took it from a Pike ship or something that was refueling. So it's like typical Jawas being assholes. And then he does a test drive. And I'm thinking at first, this ship is going to fall apart. Not to the point where he's going to die or anything, but like, this ship is not going to last. And it actually surprisingly does very, very well. And he's able to fly so freaking quick. And then we have those X-Wings show up. And we have that guy. We've seen him, I think, since season 1 of Mandalorian. He's there. And they're having a conversation. It's like, so can you send this stuff over? And he's like, I got to ask you some questions. And he blasts off so fucking quick. He's like, did he jump to hyperspace or whatever? He's like, no. Or hyperdrive, whatever. I forget the wording. I know the Star Wars use the same kind of verbiage. But anyways, he's like, no, he's not on the radar. Should we report this? Do you really want to do paperwork? No. It's like, let it go. And then Fennec shows up at the end. So it was kind of crazy how they structured the episode, because I was expecting, like I was saying, more of like Boba Fett and Mando actually seeing face to face and whatever, starting the team up or working together. But no, it's all about focus on Mandalorian and kind of focusing on Mando in terms of setting up season 3 of Mandalorian. A lot of setup. He has a new ship. It's obviously not a Razor Crest, but it definitely is different. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens now, because I'm not expecting Grogu in the next episode, but I think it's pretty much implying he's going to be back probably in the finale, I'm guessing. But yeah, so this was a really good episode. The return of the Mandalorian. It was freaking awesome. What you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Overall, god damn, this episode. Like, it was really good. And because it was focused on Mando, I was like, they really switched it up. I mean, I get the criticism that people have an issue with this episode because there really was no focus on Boba Fennec at the very end. But at the same time, they had done such a great job with the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian and setting up the character with the first 2 seasons that I have no issue with them doing this, because literally Mandalorian season 3 is going to be probably a big season, and the fact is it's probably going to be a vastly different season of the show because no Grogu, potentially. I don't know. Or essentially no real main focus on Grogu. But regardless, I'm excited. I can't wait. And I feel like they did a pretty good job. Now I'm curious to see what the next episode is going to be about. And the fact that Bryce Dallas Howard directed is pretty cool as well. So that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Whatever thoughts you have about the episode, guys, let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.